everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Karma is real. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, we do have a letter today, and we're going to dive right into the letter and see what she says, okay? Okay, she starts off by saying, how did I get where I am at? How did I get where I am at? Due to busted pipes, I'm out of my home because of an insurance claim. I am given a budget of $10,000 a month to live on, wherever I choose. I mentioned in the past to you that I tried to move into my mother's empty apartment, but she rejected me. However, I was able to move into a luxury apartment building in January. And 2.5 weeks in, I was told I needed to move out, and it may have been due to the migrant crisis because the city is giving out thousands of dollars in grant dollars for migrant housing programs. I had to hurry up and pack, and this was very traumatizing for me. I know it was. You know, where I am, we don't really have a migrant problem that I see. It hasn't affected me in this community, but I did take a trip up to New York a couple of weeks ago, and I know what you're talking about, the migrant problem. After searching out an apartment, I decided to go in an extended stay hotel near the airport and paid 6 months up front and over the phone, and was told I could go and inspect the room I would be staying in. When I got to the extended stay, the front desk staff would not allow me to see the place, and the lobby was very dirty with garbage everywhere. And it seemed like there was prostitution going on. And since the place was filthy dirty, I don't want to be exposed to bed bugs or mice or roaches. And I canceled my reservations and was issued a full refund. Good for you. Good that you got all of your money back. You know, it can be a tricky business when you pay up front because some people don't want to give you all your money back. But I'm glad that you got it. I called a number of apartment buildings, places in my area. I called a number of apartment building places in my area, and they were mostly leasing to foreign students and housing immigrants, and they didn't have any vacancies. I decided to call a friend who is a minister. Well, the minister ought to have been some help. And began to cry on her shoulders. And she said she had a 12-unit apartment building with an empty apartment. I was overjoyed and had no idea she even owned an apartment building. She told me to go and see it, and it was only 5 minutes from my house. She said she only wanted $800 a month, but it changed to $1,500, and I agreed to pay. Wonder why I changed. Because she knew that you needed it. As a friend, she should have just given it to you for $800, if that's what it was. I am not sure if it was me, but immediately my friend started speaking to me in a hostile manner. She just saying I needed to deal with the girl handling the paperwork. And this went on for 2 weeks. So your so-called friend is treating you like this? You know, what she's wanting to do is separate the friendship from business. That's what she's wanting to do. That's why she's sending you to somebody else to handle you. You see? She wants to separate the business from the friendship. But I thought she was doing you a solid being a friend. But it doesn't seem like it to me. It seems like she's setting you up just like any renter. Same thing. I never heard from her girl that she was referring to. And the way my friend spoke was like broken English from the South. And I didn't understand what she was saying because of her broken English. And it wasn't making sense. My back was up against the wall. And I needed to move quickly from the other place. I had decided not to work with my friend. And out of the clear blue sky, after 2 weeks, the girl she was referring to me called. She was the property manager. Well, maybe after you kind of wasn't dealing with your friend anymore, I guess she had the girl to call you to see if you still wanted the place. You understand? She's trying to make it just business. She don't want to deal with you in this place. She want to make it separate. You know, you deal with her property manager and all of that. Things began to go forward. And it was a barrage of paperwork to sign. And it was every day for a week. How much paperwork? You weren't buying the place. Wonder what all this paperwork was about. I had to drop what I was doing to sign these documents. And it would be pages and pages. And it interfered with my business and my work. I was told to drop off the payment and pick up the keys. And I did so. Even after I dropped off the payment and picked up the keys, the paperwork continued. That's ridiculous. What kind of paperwork was this? Was it credit check? I mean, just to move into a $1,500 a month apartment, you had all this paperwork going on and on and on. That's ridiculous. I asked the young lady to send me all the documents she needed for me to sign, all at the same time, and not piecemeal it, because it was distracting my work. And when I did this, my friend sent me a very long and harsh text message telling me if I'm not happy, I could just leave. What kind of friend is this? Maybe this is an acquaintance and not really a friend, because it doesn't sound like a friend to me. These kind of friends you don't need. Okay? I was shocked because I had done nothing wrong. Today, I've only lived here for 2.5 weeks, and it's been nothing but contentions, and I'm exhausted, and I feel like I need to move out again. You do. Can't live like this. This is totally not good. Not good for you. There is a stronghold of a power struggle with the property manager, and she would call me every day, all day, and I am trying to work and service my clients. I've asked this property manager to not contact me during business hours because I'm working, and they keep calling and texting me during business hours. Why? Why are they doing this? Maybe you need to sit down and have a convo with this property manager and get this thing straight. Okay? My friend left a lot of construction materials and an air conditioner, fans, cleaning supplies, furniture in the closet, interfering with me hanging up my clothes. And I have lots of clothes. She left a television, but the big screen is broke and cracked and blacked out. And you paying $1,500 a month for this? Remember, it's free will. It's free, no, it's free will. I know your back was against the wall, but really. Last week, for 7 days straight, I couldn't use the bathtub because the drains are clogged, and I sent pictures of the tub filled with dirty water and told the manager that they need a licensed plumber and a sewer rodder company to rod the lines, and not a handyman. I even gave them several legitimate companies that would not charge them if the job wasn't done. I have been inconvenienced and had to go and shower at the gym for 7 days at a gymnasium that I'm a member of. Yesterday, she sent guys out to rod the lines, and it seems to be okay, but I'm traumatized with all of this back and forth. I told my friend I needed up to 2 years to stay based on my insurance company's instructions, and she's only given me a 6-month lease. Well, this place has been a problem since you moved in there. So why would you want to live there any longer? I don't know what to make of this, and I don't know how I got here, but I feel like I'm in the pit of hell. I didn't move into her property to fall out with my friend. She has an on-site custodian, and he came to look at my unit and saw what I was going through with the standing water in the bathroom, and the tub was filled to the top with water and all of the personal things she left. And he shared with me that she talks nasty with the tenants and how she's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is what her custodian told you about her. If she's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, you really can't trust her. And you saw in the beginning you couldn't trust her when she gives you one price, and then when you move in, there's another price. I don't know what kind of friend this is, but she can't be a good friend treating you like this. I decided to not speak with my friend anymore, and once again try to find a more suitable living situation while my home is being restored from my insurance claim. I'm going to try to move out in 2 months, and I may have to move out to the suburbs because my city is filled with migrants, and the migrants are moving into apartments in major capacities. Yeah, go to the suburbs. That's where I am. No migrants out here. Go to the suburbs. Take your money and go where you can find peace. I guess you were staying in the city because it was easier for your clients to get to you or whatever. But move to the suburbs and maybe you can rent a little space or something in the city if that's what you need for your business. I'm up at 2 a.m. now cleaning my apartment because there were plumbers and handymen in and out of the apartment, tracking mud throughout. And I feel like I need to get those spirits out of here. Yeah, you know how to do that, right? All you got to do is get your smudge stick and smudge all around your apartment. When they're done, you want to clear all of that out. Clear all of that negative energy out. I don't deserve what I'm going through, and I don't know how I got here. Am I going through karma? I don't sow these types of seeds, and I don't think of anything that I've done to deserve what I'm going through. Well, let's talk about that, karma. Sometimes you pay karma from another lifetime. It's not always something that's happened in your life right now. You could have done something when you were here before that you still need to pay for. It could be that. or it could be some lessons that are in these experiences that you need to learn. Number one, you should learn that this friend, this minister friend of yours, didn't sound like a good friend to me. She didn't do you a favor at all. She treated you like any tenant would. Okay? So if I were you, I would go to the suburb and find me a nice, quiet, happy place. Pleasant, clean, where the birds are singing. You see, so when you come home at night, it's peace. Peace. And peace is more valuable than anything. That's what we want. You can't be happy if there's no peace. Go to the suburbs and find you a nice, quiet place. And I hope that you drive. You know, I hope that's not an issue while you want to stay in the city. But, yeah. That's my advice to you. And clear out your energy while you're there at your home. Sage your home every evening before you lay down and go to bed. Sage it to clear out any negativity in your home. Not just from the men, but clear out your own negativity. Because when you're traumatized, that's not a high vibration. That's low vibration. And you want to raise your energy, your frequency. You see? As long as you feel put upon and devastated by all these things that are happening to you, and I know you got some ill feelings. When these things happen, you know, it raises up those ill feelings in you. Realizing that this is all low vibration. And somehow it seems that you are in a low vibration. And you need to raise that. You need to work on yourself and raise your frequency so that you won't have all these hardships. It seems like you're having them like one after the other. One after the other. Only trying to find a decent place to live and to work. Okay? But you can do it. You got plenty of money to do that. So you don't have to put up with nonsense. It's really up to you. You see, I guess you were trying to not spend all of your money. You know, I understand that. Looking for a deal. And you were hoping you were getting one. But not from your friend. Your friend wasn't trying to give you a deal at all. She was trying to get paid like everybody else. Now, let's end this. Now I'm really upset, you see? You're upset now. That's low vibration. You got to raise it. You got to transmute that energy. All over again. Because this woman has mice in her property. I specifically told her before I moved in that I didn't want to live anywhere there were mice. And she assured me that there weren't any mice. As I began to clean up and mop because the plumber and the custodian tracked mud all over the apartment, when I went to the utility room, I saw mice droppings. I have to move out of here. It's just one thing after another. It is. And I'm going to tell you something because I lived in the city one time. And mice and roaches seem to come along with city living. They must be in the ground. They seem to come along with it. When I lived in New York, everybody just about had mice and roaches somewhere. Unless you were wealthy enough to live above it. So you know, if you're in that kind of city and city living, mice and roaches. If you don't want that, move to the suburbs. Move to the suburbs. And find a different way of living. A happier way of living until your home is ready. Okay? But whether it's karma or not, I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I don't know what kind of seeds you've sown. You say you can't remember sowing any, but in your time of being upset and thinking about the things that have happened to you, it can throw you into a low vibration. You see? Because you said you were traumatized and upset. That's low vibration. And in the low vibration, if you don't sit still with yourself and try to transmute that energy into something positive, it'll just keep taking you down, 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 down. It's not gonna just change. Work on yourself so that your reality is what you would like it to be. Whatever happens in your reality, it comes from you. It's no way to get around it. So if your reality is not looking the way that you desire, then you know you got to go inside and do some more work on yourself. Think positive. Whenever your mind goes to something negative, flip it to something positive. Now, I realize in your situation it may be difficult because you're going through a difficult time right now. But try not to drown in frustration. Try to find something pleasant in it while you're there. Lift your vibration. Like I said, smudge your house, get rid of all of those negative energies of coming in and out. Make it a peaceful place. And go to the suburbs just as fast as you can. That's my advice. I think you'll be much happier there. I don't know what city you're living in, but apparently mice and roaches is a part of city living. It really is. So I wish you the best. Now see, the thing about karma is karma can come harsh or it can be a real blessing. It can be a treasure. If you think positive and you're putting out that positive energy all the time, you're going to get it back. It's going to flow back to you. You see? But if you are putting out anything that's negative or living in a low vibration or allowing people to keep you in a low vibration, that's what you're going to get back, people. There's no way to get around it. It's the law of the universe, cause and effect. You reap what you sow. So if your life is not happy and pleasant and all of that, then you need to make a change. Now you are not happy in your situation. You know it's best for you to move. You may need to go on and bite the bullet and pay for a pleasant surrounding. Leave the city and pay a little bit more for a happier existence. It's possible you can go to the suburb and pay that same 11, what is it? 11.5, 1,500 or whatever she wanted. But you can find those prices in the suburb and be happier. Okay? So I hope that that helps you, especially when it comes down to karma. The best way to avoid negative karma is to not be negative at all. Try to keep a smile on your face all the time. Try to be in a happy spirit all the time. And when you feel yourself feeling down, go outside in nature, walk around and enjoy it. You see, or put on some happy music. Dance around the house. You know, all of these things raises your frequency. You see, it brings a happy feeling. And this is what you want. All right. Now, we do have another short letter here. So let's try to cover this one too. Now, this one is entitled Domestic Violence in Same-Sex Relationships. You have touched on same-sex relationships quite a bit. Unless I missed one of your videos. Oh, I'm wondering if you could touch on why same-sex relationships are so physically violent. I wasn't aware that they were. Of course, I don't keep up with it. I've never been in a same-sex relationship, so, you're telling me. I didn't know that they were violent. I recall hearing some people claiming that they chose same-sex because it's less trouble. But nearly everyone I know, minus a few, have domestic violence in their relationship. And the relationship does not tend to last very long. Is it due to self-hatred and or because it's unnatural? Actually, it's an abomination. And I've said that a number of times. Same-sex relationships are an abomination. And I'll tell you, I'm not spouting that right off the top of my head. I went into meditation a while ago about it. As a matter of fact, when I revealed that the man I was involved with was on the down low, he was sleeping with men secretly. When that was revealed to me, I wanted to know about this same-sex thing. So I asked Spirit in meditation to reveal it to me. And what was revealed? It's an abomination. It's against the law of the universe. It's an abomination. Now, you say that they are violent? All right, let's look at it. Why would they be violent? All right, in a same-sex relationship, somebody is playing the feminine energy and somebody is playing the masculine energy. If it's violent, it could be the masculine energy is just playing out what she saw other masculine energies play out in her life. Maybe that's what she was taught. The masculine energy is supposed to be strong and violent and aggressive. It's got to be learned behavior. It's not just because, they're same sex. I don't believe. But I believe that if a lot of them are violent, it's because of the masculine energy believing that they need to be aggressive and more powerful than their partner. So maybe that's how they learn to handle conflict, being violent. A lot of our domestic violence is learned behavior anyway. It doesn't just happen. And I have heard men say that they go into same-sex relationships because it's less trouble. And what they mean by that is that, once they've had the experience with another man, this man usually goes on off with his life because he doesn't want anybody to know what he's doing. This man doesn't want anybody to know what he's doing. So he doesn't have to worry about this man, coming by his house, trying to see what he's doing, calling him up on the phone and hanging up. You see, trying to make sure that his wife or his girlfriend knows what he's doing. Usually men don't do that. And that's why men say it's easier to have these situationships with other men because men will not be clinging to them like a woman would. They have sex with a woman, then the woman's going to want, attention. Go out on dates, call, support, the whole thing. But it's not required with a man. But now these are men who are closeted men. I'm not talking about openly gay men, because openly gay men, that's different. They will stalk you. They will stalk each other just like other women will. They will do that. But if they're secretly gay, closeted DL men, they don't want anybody to know. So they will go and have sex with another man, knowing that that man is not going to bother them. And they can go back another time and have sex, and the man is going to do the same thing. It's less trouble having sex with a man than a woman. Now, these are men who are committed to somebody. So they're committed. You know, they're married or they have girlfriends or whatever, but they want to cheat. So instead of cheating with a woman who could ruin their relationship or their marriage, you see, they'll go with a man. Another man who's probably in the same situation that they are. Has a girlfriend or is married or whatever. And they don't want anybody to know what they're doing. You see, that's where that came from. Why you've heard same-sex people say it's easier. You see, but with women who have decided to live in their masculine energy, I think that they are confused and misled, misguided. I believe that they need to be an aggressive person to prove that they're in their masculine energy. You know, all of this is low vibration. It's low vibration. So whatever happens in the low vibration, you know, is really not for us to worry about. Let them take care of themselves. You know, it's free will. They've decided to do these abominations. So whatever happens in this low vibration, they have agreed to it. Okay. I hope that you understand it. And I really hope that it helps someone. Like I said, I did a lot of meditation on that issue of same sex. And every time the word came back, it's an abomination. Okay. And even those of you who claim to be Christians, even in your Bible, it says it's an abomination. And a lot of these same-sex people claim to be Christian. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get on the Christians today. Okay. I'm going to let that go. But I hope that you understand the message today. Karma. And there's no way to get around it. You know, a lot of times people would do things in secret. Nobody knows. They got away with it. But guess what? It's written in the universe exactly what you did, when you did, and why you did it. You can't get away from that. So when the karma wheel comes back around, it's going to pay you for that. You get paid for it. Okay? Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. Send in your letters and let's share them and talk about it. And those of you who are looking for your affirmations, also the link is in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.